Is it recording? Hello, hello. Making sure it's not too loud.
Oh, we're
Okay,
just at that step now? Wow.
I think we're good.
5:47, John. We have
I
like
think we're good.
13 minutes.
What are we going to talk about today?
You tell me, John.
So we're supposed to discuss this before the podcast started.
Yes. Let's
Like,
talk
what
about
happened this week?
John. I had a wonderful birthday celebration for which you were missing. It
Don't talk
was,
about birthdays.
yeah. Do you want to talk about birthdays?
Birthdays are so arbitrary. They
Yeah,
are pretty arbitrary.
you're just given a day and then you celebrate it every year.
Yeah, like if you had to pick a birthday, which one would you pick?
If I had to pick a birthday, I mean, at this point, so many years later in my life, I feel I've kind of settled on July 12th.
Are you happy with the one you were given?
I am extremely happy with the one I'm given.
Okay.
7 for the 7 days of the week, 12 for the 12 months of the year,
Yeah.
July 12. And 1997 is just kind of rhyming. 12,
Yeah.
7, 97,
Great.
757.
Yeah. Give your social security number too while you're at it.
My social security number is 1, 2. What's yours, John?
My birthday is January 1st, 1998.
Mm-hmm.
I made that up, or did I? Who knows?
Did you make that up, John? I'm so curious. Do I know when your birthday is? I hope I forget it next year, even if I do remember.
Yeah, no worries. Like the entire world will celebrate it. So
Do you like your birthday being on Jan 1st, 1998? I mean, no, Jan 1st, sorry, the year doesn't count.
the year doesn't matter. I really do like it though, because first of all, it's a very memorable birthday. It's actually a double-edged sword because everyone remembers my birthday and I forget everyone else's birthday because mine is so easy to remember. Even I don't have a hard time remembering my birthday. But then like other people's birthday, even my like brother's birthday, it's so close to my mom's birthday and it's like during Thanksgiving. So it's like I'm getting all those dates confused. Like is it 25, 26, 27, 28? Like which
Yeah.
one of those 20 like is it? I don't know.
Just
Like I
celebrate,
was like
just celebrate every day.
yeah.
It's not a birthday, it's a birth week.
Yeah, exactly. So I like my birthday a lot. I really when I was a kid I didn't like it because it's very close to Christmas. They combine
Sure.
birthday and Christmas gifts into one big present.
Yeah.
But now it's really cool because like all my friends are around usually, and we can celebrate together. So
Yeah, that's true. I feel like I wouldn't have been happy with my birthday being on a national celebration or a world celebration day, because I like that my birthday is on a random day, and so I'm the center of attention. Versus on New Year's, let's say I was born on New Year's. I feel like other people have other parties to go to, or, I don't know, there's random people hosting parties. I'd be a little scared that my friends would choose random parties over me.
yeah.
Do you prefer your birthday being on a Friday, or do you not prefer what day your birthday falls on?
Like because it's January 1st, it's gonna be a holiday. It does not matter what day it falls on.
That makes sense.
See, for
Yeah.
you it does matter,
For me, it
right?
does
Because
matter.
it's like a random day of the week.
I've
So
been I've been waiting 4 or 5 years ever since I moved here to the South Bay. My birthday's always fallen on, I think, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Before then was Sunday. So finally, this year it was on a Friday, and it was so good, so worth it. I've been waiting 5 years for this Friday. So next year will be good as a Saturday, but after that I go back to the same cycle.
is that how that works? I guess so.
Because
Yeah.
leap years. I mean,
Oh, yeah, leap years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, speaking of leap years, it's probably the worst birthday to have, right? Because it's like you can only celebrate it once every 4 years, like your
know.
real birthday.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, once every 4 years, I would celebrate that day like anything, but also the fact that it's a leap year. Everybody's celebrating the leap year also, kinda.
Yeah, you would have to pick a day, like the day before, or the day after, to celebrate your
Yeah.
fake birthdays.
And doesn't feel that cool that it's not the actual date you were born on. Yeah,
And how does this change if you were to like become interplanetary species? Right? Like let's say you're born on Earth and now you suddenly go live on Mars. Do you
Yeah.
celebrate Earth birthdays or do you celebrate Mars birthdays?
Me being the positive, happy person I am, I would celebrate them both. I don't know how that works. I feel like you need to plot down the time difference, time duration, how Mars revolves around the sun, how Earth revolves around the sun.
That's what I mean when I say arbitrary. Like it doesn't really matter. like revolutions around the sun.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, honestly, yeah, it doesn't really matter. But I think just we should find any random day to celebrate. We should celebrate every moment we have. That's the key.
That I can get behind. Like
Yeah.
you should celebrate the smallest things in life, right? Because that's what matters.
Yeah, like every single view we get on this podcast. So every time you guys are watching this, we are feeling happy here.
We will respond to every comment that you leave on this podcast.
You know, every time I meet a friend and I ask them about their birthday, and I'm kind of excited if everyone's birthday is like 2 months apart or something, so that you have something to celebrate every once in a few weeks. Versus,
That's so true. Yeah,
yeah.
because I always feel guilty for eating dessert for like random occasions. But when it's on a birthday, like I'll eat as much as cake as possible,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah. And I think specifically between Jan and May, I think there's very less federal holidays as well. So I really need some birthdays in there. Those are the best things you can celebrate.
What's also interesting to me is that not all ages are the same. For example, when I say ages, I mean like between people, right? Like there's people who are 80 years old. They're not all the same. Like, I mean, gonna bring politics into this just for a second.
Yeah.
But Biden, right? He's the oldest president,
Sure.
and he's trying to run again to be president. And there's a lot of debate going on whether or not he's fit to be president again.
Sure. Yeah.
But then Donald Trump is the other candidate on the Republican side, and he's also kind of old. He's in his late 70s, but he's like very sharp and he's very young, like in his mind, right?
Yeah.
And he can rebut like very quick. So like and they're very similar in age. And then you have like another person who comes to mind is Warren Buffett. He's like in his 90s,
Yeah.
but he's still running Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah.
So like it's interesting that like not everyone who's like very old act very old.
Yeah, and there's also, you know, on the other side, I think there's also people who are like, you know, 60s or 70s who can barely move, or, you know, and I think there's a lot of, you know, it's how you handle your life. It's not just in your 20s and 30s, right? You still got to take care of your body in your however old you get, and the more you take care, like maybe you can even run a marathon at 90, you know.
How's that working out for you, Soorya? How are you taking care of your body?
I'm
eating your vegetables.
As much as you, John. I eat my vegetables as much as, probably a little more than you, just a little. Yeah, but no, those are still things I think I want to work toward over the course of time. Because when I was a kid, for example, if I didn't like the taste of anything, I would just not put it in my mouth. But nowadays, you know, if somebody cooked it, even if I know I won't like it, I'll have a bite. Like you remember the day you were telling me somebody offered you chocolate, and even though you hate chocolate, you took a bite just because somebody offered it to you. Like I wouldn't do that if I was a kid.
I really hope they're not watching this podcast episode because it was actually an intern. So he made this like brownies or something.
Yeah.
He brought it to the office, and then he offered it to me, and then I felt so bad saying no. So I was like, sure, I'll take one. I tried it. And then he was like, how does it taste? And I was like, so good. And then went over to the side and was like, this is so bad.
Yeah. So I think, you know, in the next 10, 15 years, maybe I will have more greens, you know, because I do have more greens than I did 10 years ago, which is just 1 or 2, but still it's more. Do you think on the day of your birthday, do you feel like you're growing or anything, or do you
No.
just feel like it's any normal day?
No, like I don't think anyone really feels that, right? Like I get asked this every time I turn like another age, especially when I turn 21, right? Like I'm finally legal to do certain things that I wasn't able to do before, or 18 when I can finally vote. But I don't think like those particular days are when you feel like something has changed fundamentally, right?
Yeah.
I do think when I was like much younger, when I was I think 8 or 9, I remember telling my sister, like it wasn't my birthday, it was just a random day. And I remember telling her that I feel more in control
Sure.
of my actions. It's such a weird thing for like a 9 or a 10-year-old to say,
Yeah.
but like I remember that distinctly saying that because
Sure.
I was like just like this meta analysis on myself and thinking like, wow, like I can like feel more control of my actions. I'm not like reacting like left or right without like thinking.
Sure,
right?
sure. Yet today you act like that. Moving on.
Well, I mean, there's still this emotions are still a thing.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, no, even I feel yeah, on the day of the birthday, of my birthday, I don't think I really feel like, oh, today is the day I'm choosing to grow or anything like that. But when you look
Yeah.
back, compared to last year versus this year, you do feel so different, or like you've learned so many things in this year, or been through so many experiences, and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
definite.
I mean, it's kind of like a starting of a new year. I mean, my
Mhm.
birthday happens to line up literally on New Year, but I would assume for like people, especially yours like in the middle of the year, right?
Mhm.
So you have like two checkpoints. It's like one is like start of New Year, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is gonna be the best year yet, or
Mm.
your birthday, and you're like, this is gonna be the best birthday yet, right? So
Yeah.
you can,
Yeah.
it's like a checkpoint almost.
Exactly.
Quarter life crisis.
Mm.
Did you experience it?
I'm experiencing it right now, John. Every day in my life, quarter life crisis goes on. Maybe quarter life crisis will go on till my midlife crisis. Till my quarter, everything was perfect. Everything was just. I turned 25 and everything was perfect. 2 years.
Now it's like suddenly you have to get married, and at least you have a job.
Yeah, that, so many things. And I'm like, guys, can everybody just calm down? Let me figure this out. Yeah, quarter life crisis is hitting
What is
me.
the Soorya quote that you say? Like everything's moving too fast.
Everything's too fast paced. Let's slow things down.
There it is.
When you have, I totally live by it. When you have too many things that are overpowering you, or you feel overwhelmed, um, just don't do anything. Just don't do anything, and I swear everything will work itself out. Which is exactly, I'm right about reaching that point when I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed. So I'm just gonna stop doing everything, and we'll see how life works out.
Yeah.
How is your quarter life crisis? Are you going through anything? Is it yet to reach you?
No, I think my quarter life crisis was around the time I was finishing my PhD,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I was feeling really sad that I was still in school
Sure.
because I'm spending that many years in school can get anyone depressed. I feel like
Yeah.
so. I was just really happy that I'll be done finally and like going
Mm-hmm.
on living my real life.
Yeah.
So, I think that coincided with the like school ending. So
Mm-hmm.
like other than that, I don't think I really had any major things that I was like contemplating about.
I wonder if people have a midlife crisis.
That's a thing, right? Like if it has a name, people have it.
But then,
So
do you think? Okay, take quarter life crisis, because both of us have been through it. At least we
yeah,
finished our 25.
yeah.
Do you think that the quarter life crisis is significantly more, or do you think it's just
No.
we do have crises all the time, and we just give names for these ones because it sounds cool?
Ooh. I mean, I feel like midlife crisis is going to be a lot more intense than what we experience for quarter life because in our society, it's not generally expected much from us what to have accomplished when we turn 25 or
Mm-hmm.
23, 24, 25. But I think when you're in your 50s or 55, whatever, like you have all these like dreams that you built up and you suddenly realize that like half your life is gone, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're thinking like, wow, like what am I doing with my life? And then you decide to go buy that car that you've been dreaming of, or like do
Sure.
like random things,
Yeah.
which will probably be a lot more intense than what we experienced. So that's why I think that the midlife crisis will be a lot
Sure.
more.
The way you see it is, you're saying quarter life crisis when your life starts because you just started your
Yeah,
job, you just started making money. But
exactly.
midlife crisis, suddenly you're like, my life is more than half done. I'm going to
Yeah,
retire
your
soon at
best
this point.
years,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, your prime years are gone. Your physically prime years, right?
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
your golden years are ahead of you, right? You'll
Mm-hmm.
have a lot more time. But by our age, the brain has fully developed. Though, like
Yeah.
scientists showed, like I think 25, the brain has fully developed. So
Yeah. I
now
mean,
you're fully yourself.
I'm fully myself. I mean, I agree that we've grown, and we've accepted ourselves. But I mean, you can still learn to, I don't know, drive or something. Let's say you don't know how to drive as of yet. You can still learn. It's just developed. It's different.
But that actually does become significantly more difficult the older you get.
Yeah. This is it for birthdays, guys. Let us know if you guys have any questions, or anything
Let us
else.
know if it's your birthday today.
July.
July. Oh, depends when we post it.
I'm gonna say this is
July
gonna
18th.
be July 18th. Thank you for finding
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Soorya Ramesh.
And I'm John Ravi, and you've been listening to Two
Two
Brown
brown
Accents.
accents. See you guys on the
See you
next
in the
one.
next one.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
It's funny with the balloons.
The balloons won't show up in the camera.